guys. Welcome back to Hospitality Queens with your favorite two hospitality gurus. I'm Erin.
What up? It's Whitney.
Welcome back to another episode. Bing, bing.
Bing bong. Welcome back.
Thank you guys so much for listening. And once again, make sure you guys are subscribed on YouTube so you can see your beautiful faces as we have an amazing show.
Period. Period, please. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share our videos with your friends, with your fam, with a stranger. Just do it.
It ain't nothing to do but to do it.
I was just about to say that. Great minds. Is that the working title? Starting early.
Ain't nothing to do but to do it. Period. Okay, that's the energy we own.
I feel like that's it.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Enough said. So on
Ooh, I like enough said though.
Enough said. Okay.
That's a little shorter. Working titles. Y'all know it'd be.
Our quote could be nothing to it but to do it. When we
yeah.
It could be a quote.
It's a little shorter.
So we're gonna raise our glass. We're cheersing y'all to Hospitality Queens podcast, and to greatness and more great things to come. So make sure you stay tuned because we lit, and if you're supporting us, we're gonna be even litter. Okay. What we drinking, sis? What we gonna name this?
I gotta drink it more first to decide. So, Erin, describe what it is, because this is giving. Okay. I love that our colors are on point. We have the same cocktail today, so we understood the assignment.
Period. So we did Reposado tequila. We did fresh squeezed lime juice, agave nectar, or a simple syrup. I used a raw sugar simple syrup, and tahini on the rim. I did some tahini on my pineapples inside, and I used a bay leaf.
And pineapple juice, right? Did you use pineapple juice?
I used a little bit of fresh pineapple juice.
Yeah.
And boom. And it's giving, I think I need a little bit
more. Did you say sriracha?
Yeah, sriracha. Oh, okay. Did I say sriracha? I don't know if I said sriracha. 2 tablespoons of sriracha. I went and made it back again. It only needed like 1 tablespoon for me. It was giving too much sriracha. So it's giving a lot of, it's still very sriracha-ish for me. So it is a little bit of an adjustment. And maybe I need more pineapple or something. But it's good. I'm feeling like, I don't know. What is it giving for you?
I actually really like it. I'm like, can't stop drinking it now. I did mine to the recipe.
So
I did the reposado, lime, 2 tablespoons of the sriracha, agave. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's spicy, but it's not like, it's flavorful though. You know, sometimes they just be hot, but sriracha has like a flavor. Like it's, you know, it's just not like hot. So I like it. I don't know. I feel like it could be called. I know earlier you said boom margarita.
It didn't give it marg.
Oh yeah, it's not giving marg, but I feel like the thing that you said margarita. But it just could be called boom room or boom, because it gives you like a kick. It's a kick.
I'm liking the boom. Maybe we'll find something to go after that boom. We need a boom something. So y'all, if you're looking for something a little spicy, if you're feeling spicy, you just want to become spicy, this is probably the first level. Right here.
I think this is perfect for this chapter.
I think it's perfect for this chapter.
Caliente.
Boom summer, like it's giving summer. It's giving like we're booming into the summer. Like it's here. It's 90-something degrees outside. I'm feeling the heat. Like it's just giving. So So yeah, cheers, y'all. And we here. We out here.
Oh, okay. Fire.
Yeah.
On fire.
On fire. Period. Okay. Speaking of this, I had to have tequila delivered because my time crunch has been so real. And I ordered from Total Wine. Got it delivered same day. Great time frames. I was very, very, very impressed with how efficient and effective the delivery was same day. And they have a promotion going on right now. If you spend like over $25, free shipping or free delivery. So free delivery, y'all. Like, screws me. Sign me up, okay?
Yeah.
Now, the only thing was, it's like, obviously you want a tip. So I kind of just wanted to mention that, like, when you guys are ordering from people that are delivering, let it be pizza, grocery store, like Uber, like whatever you're ordering from, you cannot go out and get it in this for your convenience. Please tip the folks. Tip them. And like, what's a good tip? I guess, like, what percentage should they do?
I mean, I think it depends on what you're ordering, like who the people are, but I feel like I always do 20 to 25, depending on what it is. So I mean, especially if it's like pizza or something like that, because I'm gonna give them 20 to 25. Even like if I do like, it depends, like, because Walmart, they could fuck up your order or something like that. So it just depends on the the experience and how much I'm gonna tip you. So I feel like pizza, it's simple, like that you don't really get that messed up. I tip them pretty well. So yeah. Yeah.
And if you're not a really great tipper and things of that nature, maybe you start off at 15%, and then work your way up if you're not the best tipper or you're still trying to figure it out or you feel a way about tips, all that. So maybe start at about 15 if it's delivery. Restaurant, no cap, you got to start at 20. Now, if she's just not doing that great and you're not happy, still do an 18.
Yeah. So, I agree. I agree.
So that's kind of like a little tip measurement. If you guys have questions on tips, let us know. But as we all know, it's getting so real in these streets, y'all. The gas almost $5 here, and I just know I'm gonna scream. So please consider those people that are out there doing the services, out here really hustling differently than you, and how much we need it. And if you're in the service industry, you could appreciate this message.
I saw something today that says it feels like we're paying back those stimulus checks with the gas.
Ooh. That's a word.
That is very accurate because they don't get their money back. Okay. Period. So, fun fact, they're getting it back plus interest with the gas.
Wow. I didn't think of that. That stung a little bit. That stung a little bit.
It don't feel good, do it?
It don't.
They're like, oh, we.
I ain't feel good.
I mean, it had to be a whole little plan. Like, they don't get us back, okay? So, yeah, America,
please let us be free. Damn, that sucked. That kind of stung a little bit, but I'm gonna work on it. So y'all, please tip your people. And please, I think, even so more, like, if we could just start with, like, killing each other with kindness and just being nice and just, trying to be nice, even though you don't want to be, like, less is more. Like, if you don't have nothing to, like, what they say back in the day, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. We need
to I actually, like, had to, this Sunday I worked brunch, and I went and talked to the owner, the head chef, about the kitchen. And I was like, you need to talk to them about how they talk to us, because it's out of hand, and like, none of the servers are ever rude or disrespectful to anybody. So there shouldn't be any reason why they should be rude or disrespectful to us or anyone else that works here. Like, it's just unacceptable. Just period. And like, I know the owner pretty well, like probably more than anyone else that works there. Like that, he was like, Whitney, like, you can tell them to shut the fuck up. But I'm like, yeah, I know, but no. Like, I know that you wouldn't care and you wouldn't mind, but no, because it's going to end up being a bigger thing. Like, and then it's going to escalate because once I'm there, like, I'm gonna go for the jugular, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be like that at work. Like, yeah, I don't want them to see that side.
Right.
So that's why I'm telling you before it gets to that point, because I just take respect just very seriously, and I just don't like that. Like, don't. And even the person wasn't even talking to me directly. Just don't disrespect anybody. I just don't care. And this is like yet another week that it's happening, and no, it just shouldn't. So handle your people. And it was funny, like, before that, the kitchen was fucking up. Like, they weren't making, when they were plating the dishes, it just wasn't right. And the particular dish was like one of our signature dishes. We have a write up in the paper. It's on, like, in a really nice plaque on the wall. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the dish. So, plating it right. And he, you know, when like someone, not bust your balls, but when someone like puts you in their place, like the kitchen, they're all rattled, they're on edge, and like now everybody quiet, no one got shit to say. I'm like, oh, now y'all quiet because he's putting y'all on game. Like, y'all, everyone in the kitchen is so big on ego and they think they're top shit, but you're not. Like, you're not even doing your shit right. You can't even plate your shit right, bro. And you know, how long has this restaurant been open? Like, get your shit together before you're rude or disrespectful to anybody. But I was standing there, and when the owner was like talking to them about like making sure it's right, and he was like, one of the guys just came with the excuse, like, I can't even remember what his excuse was, and the owner was like, but you get your paycheck on time every Tuesday, don't you? So this needs to be right on time, and like right every time, because your pay is never inconsistent. And I was like, period. Like, period. Like, you need to deliver. And and you got nerve to be rude to people and disrespectful? No, sir. We're not about to do that. When that paycheck hit, your shit should be right.
I agree. I like that. That was a really good reference. And sometimes, like, you got to come up with a great metaphor for people to understand what you're saying. And I think that's, like, if you feel like you're having, like, issues with communication, that's a great way to put it. Like, well, do you want this to be correct for you? Like, always put it back on them. I think that's a great tactic because people are so, like, close-minded. But the moment you are getting a little bit more personal for them or it affects them, they're gonna act right. I like that.
Yeah. And like, everybody wants to be a boss, but they don't want to like do the shit. Like, could you imagine putting $1 million of your own money for something that you're passionate about? How are you gonna act when you come to work? You're gonna care. Like,
true.
You gonna care. So you can't. They don't get it, but they want to be a boss. They want to be the head one in the kitchen. Pipe your ass down.
Pipe it up. Pipe it up. They piped up. They gonna have to pipe down.
Piped up. They gotta pipe down. But this weekend we had a drag brunch at work, and it was lit. I wasn't scheduled to work, but our manager was like, I really want y'all to come, and I was not even thinking about coming, to be honest. But I was like, since she, wanted us to come, we'll come. So I went, and it was a really great turnout. We actually partnered with a gay bar that's downtown that's closed for some reason right now. So their bartenders got to come work, make some money. That was cool. And like, their whole community, it was like a really, really good turnout. I didn't get actually any pics or videos from the drag show at all, but it was pretty lit. And I was pissed because it was interesting. It was a drag brunch where there's definitely some women in there, definitely some men that weren't really in drag. So I love like seeing just like the full transformation. So like, I want to see it. Like, I don't want to see a dude with some like board shorts and like a ugly wig on. Like, he's just like, no. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be funny or what, but like, I want to see all the things. But they were giving like bodies on fire, like bodies lit, like so lit. So it was a lot of fun. I was mad though, because at the end, we still had an hour left, but it started raining, so I had to leave. It had to end early, so that sucked. But we had a good time. We got a little lit. And it was nice that it started raining because we were able to like come down from the litness as it was raining. Um, so that was good. But I had a lot of fun. I would definitely go to another one if we have one because it's Pride Month. So I'm sure there'll be more Pride events. But one of my friends who I work with, she didn't come to the brunch, but she was like, just make sure we have a group chat. Just be aware because there's crazy people that are out there. And I'm really like hesitant with like big things like that, especially with this, well, the time we're just in life in America. But there's some evil people out there, but it's just true. Like, be aware of your surroundings, who's around you. It's a public event. Not everyone loves Pride and loves everyone
Yes.
like we do. So I think it's just a good tip for everybody, just wherever you are, grocery store, church,
Yep.
unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
at home. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
just make sure everywhere you are, you just check your surroundings. If something looks weird, say something about it. If something don't feel right, call somebody, share a location.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just, you can't ever be too sure. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
just take it
definitely.
with
I
you.
mean, as we see every day, like it don't even have like a warning sign in any way. So just like definitely just keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and to be quite honest, like just know what you're getting into when you before you get into it. Like make sure you want to do the things you're doing too. Like obviously
Yeah.
work and responsibilities don't really have a choice, but if you're going out to have a good time, make sure it's something you're going to go out and have a good time with. Now if something go down and to go out, at least you came with intention. But if something in your heart says, I'm good, I don't really want to go, just don't do it then.
Yeah.
Just let it be. Go to the next one. I think that
Yeah.
that's okay, especially in this season as like we're going through things. Trust your intuition. Like, I don't really feel like it today. Well, let me just fall back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trust your
Yeah. Yeah.
intuition.
Yeah. All that. All
Because
that.
it is real out here. And
Oh my
I
God.
feel I like tried to do something like after work um this week and it just was like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm cool. I
Mm-hmm.
tried. I tried though.
At least it's all about the
It was a
try.
long day and it was like I was trying to like get out just to maximize the kid free time. But
Mm-hmm.
it was like kind of, when you rush, like take forever to get out, finally get out, like
Yeah.
it's about to close.
Yeah.
My pregame wasn't as late. Like
Yeah.
it was like, you know what? It's okay. I'll have like a real night off one day and I'll just have to do it from start to finish because y'all know how long it take to get ready. Especially if I worked and like I'm doing
Yeah.
like real physical work, like I need to freshen up.
I don't like to rush to do
Yeah,
anything.
like
Actually,
takes like takes a long time.
I'm actually either having to kick
Get out.
top. So I have a restaurant story. So I had a table. It was a couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eating dinner, whatever. And I think I was like getting drinks from service bar. I saw the woman from my table talking to her hostess. And like I think maybe I had like walked by and I heard her say the man with the dog. So I knew it wasn't anything about the food or the service. So I kind of just was like, cool. Hostess can help them is not anything that I really need to go over there by because they're talking about a man with a dog. I'm not a man with a dog. And I got tables inside, outside, over there. So she can do that. So cool. Then I see them pointing, and like my job where it is like literally smack dab in like a park. So it's kind of like a diamond in the rough, middle of nowhere. But they were pointing, and there's just like a lot of like a whole other section of the park. I
Mm-hmm.
see them pointing, but still, I'm like, this really clearly there ain't no food over there. Like this,
Yeah.
whatever. So I know it's happening, but no one's coming to get me or involve me. So it's like it don't got nothing to do with me, really. So because I've already checked on them before. They're kind of almost at the end of their meal anyway. Like whatever. So then it's like the guy that was with her. I see he leaves and he's like walking over there, and then she's walking over there. But I'm still like busy doing other things, so I still
Mm-hmm.
can't like go over there. And again, our hostess is helping them, so they're cool.
Mhm.
So finally, so then I go over there, I check on them, they're cool. They don't even mention whatever's going on. So I'm like, okay, still, we cool, we're good. So then these couple who they're actually been regulars for the restaurant for a while, like I'm very familiar with them. They were actually eating upstairs, and I see that they come down, and now everyone's like talking to them. So I'm like, okay, what's happening here? What's going on? So apparently, the couple that's sitting at my table. So there's a man sitting with a dog at another table. He was on my table, and um, the couple who's sitting upstairs, they have a daughter. She's special needs, and she's like
Mhm.
a teenager.
Mhm.
Apparently, they let the daughter go downstairs by herself to walk around in the park. The girl saw the man with the dog and was petting his dog.
Mhm.
Okay. My table says that the man was recording her, but they were far away. That's why everyone kept going away, and like I guess they were watching him to see what was going on, or watching him to see where he had went, whatever. So that's why everyone kept going to the other side of the park. So I find that out. I'm just like, okay, that's crazy. Like that's creepy. Whatever. So actually, maybe this was maybe the couple from didn't come from downstairs yet when I was finding this out. So it's been a thing. The couple is watching him, yada yada yada. So then the man with the dog comes back and he goes to my table and he's talking to them. So I'm just like, whoa, I'm not going over there because I just don't want to be in that energy. I don't know what's happening. People are crazy. So I'm not going by the man with the dog. Like, I'm just going to stay back. And it's busy. I have other shit going on. They don't have to fend for themselves. Cause I haven't been involved just yet. I ain't going over there. I see him over there. So then he leaves. And then the couple comes from downstairs, and I guess they're then telling them what had happened, what went down. Because the daughter, I guess, had already went back upstairs. She doesn't know, like she just went to go pet the dog. So the mom crying, like it's a whole thing, girl. It's crazy. Mom is crying, bawling. The daughter is like, "Why is mom crying? What happened to me?" Like she's confused because like, why is her mom crying? Dad's trying to diffuse, but he's freaking out. Like everyone is freaking out, and I'm just like, like, and this literally like it's happening like all in like a busy area of the restaurant. Like no one can get around. It's all these people everywhere. I'm just like, I hate that this is happening, but like the location that it's happening in is just real wrong. So the dad now everybody wants to find me now because the people want to. He wants to buy them something to thank them. So he wants to buy them a gift card from our restaurant. He wants to do this. He wants to do that for the people that saw the man recording their daughter. So I go to them, my table, and they're like, no, we don't want them to do anything. We don't want them to pay for anything. And I'm just like, I understand, but you can't say no. Like their mind is made up. They want to do this. So give me your information so they can pay for and buy whatever they want to buy for you. So they do that, whatever, my table goes. And then we actually discuss, right? Because the girl who had the guy, she was like, I really never saw him like that close to a girl. Like he was on his phone the whole time he was sitting there. He like really was there just to have like a soda. Like she was like, he was a very like mild customer, like friendly. And his dog wasn't on a leash. So that's what I really thought the issue was because his dog was kind of roaming around. So I was like, maybe his dog like ate something off the table or was bothering people. Like your dog should be on a leash when you're out in public. So I really thought that was it. And I saw when the girl came downstairs, I saw her walking through, but I never saw her with the man, but it was busy too. So like, whatever. And I'm not going to say that what they saw wasn't true, But how do you know that he was really recording her and he just wasn't just on his phone or just wasn't like just doing something? You know what I'm saying? Like, and we should protect women, we should protect kids, everyone at all costs. But how do you know that this really had happened? Like, you know? And then, like, for the parents, like, even if your child is not special needs, I would never let my child go anywhere without me in a park. Like, someone could have easily just snatched her up. And, like, I mean, not to be, but shit happens. And you could have never seen your daughter again. So, like, that to me, and not to put it on that is not anyone's fault. People should not be creepy, but you just should not let your children go anywhere by themselves, like at all, and especially if they're special needs. Like, no, even as adults, we don't go to the bathroom by ourselves when we go to the club. Buddy system, buddy, go out there with her. If your daughter wants to go down there, you walk with her, and then y'all come back together. Like, I just feel like this could have easily been avoided if you told her no, you can't go, or you had someone go with her. Period. It doesn't matter how old she is, whatever. Don't let your kids. Don't go by yourself. Like, no, bruh. Like,
yeah, very, very disappointing.
Yeah, and
in the parents.
Yeah, and I felt like it really fell back on them. Like, honestly, like, why did you do that? You literally let your child go into danger, stranger danger.
Whatever happened in Rome, that's on you, and you gotta take accountability for that. Like, like, you gotta take that L, my friend. Like, yeah, I agree.
It was crazy.
It is our responsibility, brunching, doing whatever we want to do. Yeah, we want some free time, but we have to find the way to do both. I do. We gonna have things that we bring, and you gonna sit right here where I can see you. Okay, and then when we done, we done. Like, we have to do that. We have to take accountability. I totally agree. And people are creepy because we're also used to that. But it's like, dang, if he's been on the phone the whole time, he could have legit not even liked kids and just was on his phone because he's not trying to entertain. And not everybody likes kids, people. Just so you know, like, I know a lot of adults that would like, there would be a kid right here that they would not even probably talk to at all. Like, a kid right in front of them, because they're just not kid people. Like, there's people like that. Like, there's people, and they're great people too, by the way. Like, they're great people. They just don't have kids and they can't relate to that, and that's just not their story, you know?
Yeah.
So, interesting. Deep. That was deep. I gotta take a drink on that.
It was very, it was very intense. Like, I hated it. Like, when I figured it out, I was like, this is what's been happening this whole time.
The shenanigans.
I never in my life would have thought that. And, like, girl, the mom bawling, B. Woo.
So we're gonna take a shot.
I understand that.
Let's take a shot to holding yourself accountable and knowing that, like, shit be happening in the world. So take accountability, and what did they say? Worry about the things you can control, not the things you can't, and you can control where your child go.
Period.
We're gonna take a shot on that. Period. Cheers. That was deep, friend.
Yeah.
Yo, that was a lot, and, like, y'all know I love a good little mystery thing, but I've actually had to stop. I've actually really been very conscious of, like, what I'm watching as well. So I've, like a lot of the shows that I love to watch, and I would love to watch right now, like, I do want to. I have to say no, because of that energy and that space and that vibration that it puts me in, because there is so much going on in the world that even though I really enjoy, like, the criminal justice system and all those things, it is still very visual, and the stories are pretty shitty. Like, let's be real, they're not great. Which Whitney wanted me to watch Our Father.
Did you watch it?
I started it. I didn't finish it. I honestly, I couldn't. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't finish it, but I definitely I couldn't finish it because I was annoyed. I felt like I already knew what the storyline was. But I could be wrong. But So if you guys haven't checked that out, Whitney, anytime that Whitney tells me I have to see something as well, I'm always very intrigued because she's not really one, like, she's very, like, good at picking good stuff. So I did watch it, and Our Father, it was some shit. Now, it was a good one. She know I like stuff like that. So it was giving. I think for me, it was just like, ugh, like I personally have been like backing off of stuff like that. And so it was just giving me a vibe. But a little bit of more of the story was, if you haven't watched it, spoiler alert, because we're gonna get some feedback. Was a man that was like pretty much like a fertility doctor. At like women come in having fertility issues and they are reaching out for his help, and so he was supposed to be getting sperm from these sperm banks and inseminating, like inserting them with them. However, he decided that he was the better match, and then knocked up all these ladies across the city, states, whatever, with his seed. And then so once they finally figured out as they got older, the plot unthickens and it unrolls. And so I would love to know your thoughts on the initial, and then I'll go in mine. Give me your thoughts on.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was honestly gonna be about, but I don't know. In a way, it's not surprising. Sadly, it's not surprising that something like this could happen. And like, how would anyone know? Like, how would anyone know that he did this? And because of the time frame and like those programs like 23andMe and Ancestry or whatever the things are weren't really out like that. His thought process probably was not like people are going to go on the site and try to find their parents, because a lot of them obviously, some of them will find out like this is not my biological dad, or some people just do it not even looking for that. They just want to know where their like deep roots are and stuff like that. So he wasn't, I don't think he was charged, I feel.
I didn't finish, so I don't know.
I don't feel like he was, but I just feel like it's just kind of like that privilege, like the white man's privilege of you can kind of do whatever the fuck you want and you're going to be covered in some way. So
yeah,
that was the fucked up thing about it. But personal note, I've kind of been wanting to do that for like other reasons. So I was kind of like, maybe I should do that. Because of how it really like works to like connect you to the people that made you. So
like an ancestral situation. You want to do that? Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I think that'd be cool to do it for Jonah.
Yeah, dope. I love that.
So that's really what it did for me. I was like, damn. I feel like I've thought about it before, but then I buried it, and I was like, you know what? I should do this for Jonah.
Yeah.
So I looked into like doing it, and you could do it for like minors and stuff. So
yeah. I think that's dope. I think like I think that's actually really nice to hear you say that, because sometimes like we watch stuff that we find intriguing that we have a connection with. So I like that, because this one, it wasn't doing it for me, but I know why, because I lost a little bit of empathy, which I am aware I'm not good at like empathizing. Like that's something I'm still working on, because I felt like when I was watching that, the first things that came in mind was like, well, the moment you decide to ask for additional help, you kind of have to know that there could be anything that could go down, right? Like sometimes like we don't have children for certain reasons. And I feel like when we try to force the situation, some go really good, some don't. Like it's just a lot, right? So it's like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, when I had to force the situation because it wasn't happening for me naturally, I need to kind of be okay with how it may go. Because in my mind, I was like, dang, I understand. I totally get that there wasn't like the pretenses of like their DNA necessarily, but I was like, dang, you still had this awesome child that like a lot of people still wouldn't have been able to do. Like like I feel like I was kind of feeling for the women that legit can't even carry at all. So it's like you could carry, you just had to have it happen a different way. And so I get what he did was not right. I'm not saying that's okay. However, it's like, dang, you still had that beautiful experience. Because like one of the comments was like, I feel like he messed up my whole life. And I'm like, no. You've just raised this amazing child that you've loved, that's given you purpose. You know, like I get that what had happened was not right, but don't let that discourage all of the great things we learned as being a parent. Like you wanted it, it happened. Now she get a little tricky. It still went down. I feel like a part of that, I think that's what frustrated me, because I'm like, dang, I do hear stories of women that can't even carry it all, have to have surrogates, or can't, like, there's a lot of like things that happen there too. So I'm like, I'm really struggling with finding the empathy for you, because it's like I get what he did was wrong and it's not okay, but it's like you took the measure, so it's kind of like and you got the best parts of it. You got to carry that baby, you got to have that baby for like your life. And there's a lot of women that just really would love to have that feeling, like the carry feeling, you know, like some people adopt and stuff like that, but for a woman, that's such an intimate, like very special bonding to carry the child. There's a lot of women that can't do it. So that was a struggle for me. I was like, I was feeling for all the women that just has went through their own fertility issues. So yeah.
Wait till you see how many kids he had.
Oh girl, I don't even know. I feel like I had got to like 18 or something before.
18. What did you see the first 10 minutes?
I feel like I only got to maybe the first episode. It was like multiple episodes, right? Or what? I think so.
Oh, is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think it is. I think it's just one. I'm not sure, but 18.
I was like, it was a lot. So I had to just stop. I just let it go. I haven't picked it back up because it was a lot for me. But
it's not ethical. He should be in jail. I'm not sure what happened. Did he die? I don't know, but I don't think nothing happened to him.
I struggle with the jail part, unfortunately. You know,
it's just not ethical. Like they didn't know. Like for some people, like he, like the husband or the man's sperm, he was supposed to like say,
yes,
me and someone were married, and he was just supposed to artificially inseminate me with my husband's sperm, and he used his own. So the sperm for him to use was there, and he still used his. That's not ethical. Like it's not ethical. And they didn't know. You cannot do that. Something has to happen to you for doing that shit. People go to jail for much less shit. So something has to happen to your ass. Like that's crazy.
It's
like
crazy
you had the
shit. It's like it's certain things like that where I feel like our punishments should be different. Because in my eyes, and thank God nobody puts me on the criminal justice board, but if you're interested, I have some great punishment options. That's the death penalty.
Yeah, like something
that's death, and it's not because we have to like change the law, because it's like at the end of the day, these like are grown people, like 30s and 40s and kids. So it's like at this point, jail ain't enough.
Well, that's what I mean. Like you go to jail, and you get the death sentence. Like like it's the part of the process.
Right.
So,
Our criminal justice system needs to like have a speedy though, because it really be pissing me off. But that's another topic. It pisses me off that someone could be on death row for so long. I don't like that. That's my personal opinion, because I just like that type of stuff. But it's like I feel for these people, because I know that it's like it's doing something to their soul, like the actual children. The parents, I'm like, I feel for you, but more so very much for the kid. Like the kids are like, that's a lot, because that's just a lot. And they could have did their brother or something, which I agree. Like you don't know. So I get that. But yeah, I feel like we in America, but instead of these gas prices, we need to like focus on our criminal justice system, because shit like that, like no nigga, you dying in a couple months. Like how you, because like think about it, like we have people that get cancer, get all these things, and we got to watch them suffer. Great human beings, great things, like so amazing, and then you go jerking your dick around. No, You need to go and we need to save her. We need to take your organs out for the people that are dying out here that don't have no organs. Fuck you, nigga. You did live your life. We killing you. We're gonna take all your organs out. And I know that sounds really intense, but that's how I feel.
I wouldn't want them tainted organs, to be honest. I don't want nothing from that man body.
Well, not you, but maybe somebody else, Joe.
I mean, I'm just saying in general. Like, I don't want nobody to have nothing from him because they might fuck them up. Something's fucked up about that human being.
I know.
He has to be dead now because he was real old, but.
Yeah, and just kind of how the sounds of it from like what I had watched so far, like he was, the whole part of him being exposed was quite intense for him. So yeah, man might have did suicide at some point, but I think that's what be really killing me is like it'd be like you don't find out the truth for a long time. That's a lot for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. Like the Cosby thing, like all the R. Kelly, like these people, and I think that's just my personal thing. I struggle with people like getting to really live their lives for a long time while so many people are suffering on the back end. I really struggle with that.
Yeah. A crazy part was just like whenever you watch it, just like some people just going on there like 23andMe and like I think they said like the average person has like, you know, let's say 10 connections or something like that. And they have like tons of connections and brothers and sisters. And it's like, they're taken aback because they're like, wait, how is this even, how can I have like, and they have no idea. And it's just like, damn, like, nigga, you really like are the father to all of these people. It's actually pretty insane. So
it is.
Yeah, it's deep. So yeah, watch Our Father on Netflix.
Yes, y'all.
It's good.
Yes,
it's
y'all.
Good.
I don't need, what's so crazy is like, I mean, not people on the show know, but I'll tell you now. But my daddy was a Rolling Stone for real. And I know of a couple because they found me on the internet. But only imagine, I feel like there's definitely probably more seeds out there and things. But I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't even want to know. And not in a good way.
I had one of my friends, this was like back in MySpace days, a brother she had no idea about messaged her on MySpace that he was her brother. So
yeah.
And this was back in the day, y'all. So this shit is deep.
It is
those
deep.
Those sites are deep. So I want to do it now.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. For Jonah, I feel like that would be amazing. I recommend anyone out there, if you're just curious because whatever your dynamic is, I definitely recommend if you want to do that and it's something you want to truly know, do it. Do it because you deserve to know that. When I found out that I had brothers and sisters, y'all, it was legit life-changing for me. I was so emotional. I just felt away because I've always wanted to have like other siblings. It was just me and my sister. We're 9 years apart, so we don't really like connect like most siblings get to. So when I found out about them and I was already grown with a child, I was very much hurt because I'm like, damn, where have y'all been my whole life? I've always wanted somebody to play with. Like I've always wanted that. So to know I was deprived from that was pretty intense. And when I told my dad how I felt about it, because I was very much boisterous, because that's how I felt. It didn't go very well, and it really tarnished our relationship. And so that's why I don't want to know, because I'm like, I've worked on healing of just getting over it. But, when you're a passionate individual, like if I find out more, I don't know how I'm going to react. Because I still want to go on Ayala or Oprah, so I still do. Like I was.
Well, Ayala's done. I don't know. You might have to do a masterclass with Oprah because she can't really.
I think she might do a special episode for me.
She might.
When she find out the tea, she might want that piping high. It might be good for the clickbait. I think it'll be a good story.
Yeah. So
you never know.
Yeah, she might fuck with it.
Hey.
She might. But we okay.
Keep your family close, y'all. Don't dip in them pools. Wear a life jacket.
Okay.
Even if you can swim.
So when you're at a restaurant, you're working, obviously, and you just clean the table and you're going through the restaurant, you're going back to the dish pit, right? And you got a tray full of shit, whatever. Maybe you don't have nothing in your hand. I don't know. Just painting the picture here. So you got a tray full of shit. And you got to bust that corner to get to the dish pit. How do you announce yourself? Do you say corner? Do you not say shit? Do you say full hands? What do you say if you're coming in the kitchen with a full hand of shit?
So, fortunate enough, one place that I do work at, they have a little mirror thing, so you can see, because it's like the dish pit's like around the corner, is very like a blind spot. So I definitely look there, but I'm always still, because I know I'm personally clumsy. Can't talk about anybody else, so I'm always like, corner behind you. Like, I'm always letting people know, corner behind you. Like, always like, corner behind. Those are my favorite two. Corner behind. Or coming in hot, and I really even got no place. Because coming in hot, like, you could have like a plate, like kitchen terms.
You're coming in hot?
Yeah, I don't ever have a plate, but I'm like, coming in hot, because I'm like just trying to make a little something. And they like it. But I do announce myself, because I know personally I'm clumsy. I don't want you running into me. And I know I'm moving fast most of the time. Like, if I'm moving fast, like, I need you to feel and hear me. And sometimes there still might be a little collision in the talking if I'm talking and that person's not paying attention. So
right.
I always like to say, though, coming in hot, coming in corner, some things that people know that, like, you got to communicate when you're in a restaurant. Like, we wear non-slip shoes for a reason. It's slippery, it's drippery, it's a lot going on back there.
Slippery when wet.
But yeah, it's just a lot going on in the kitchen, especially if, like, you're busy, and like even just being behind the bar with people, like, and it's super busy and you're like running into each other. Like, I feel like that's probably the one time I don't say a lot. Like, and I'm okay if you run into me. Like, if we're both busy, like, I'm not really tripping on that. Like, it's behind the bar because it's a little different. I can see what's going down. Yeah. Now, if I'm like carrying drinks and I just see you're not paying attention, like behind the bar, I'll say something to you. Yo, hey, whatever. But I think we got to communicate, because nobody want them drinks to fall.
Yeah, no, we definitely have to. I work with someone in particular that the way they announce themselves is literally the most annoying shit I've ever experienced in my lifetime. Like,
deep.
It's not just corner. It's like corner coming around, coming down. Like, she has a whole thing that she says for like 10 seconds, and I'm just like, you gotta shut the fuck up, bitch. Like, because I don't want to hear this every 10 seconds. Because, like,
yeah. True. Like,
you need to keep it short and simple. Like, we don't need to have like a long,
like, what is
a long thing. It's really very annoying, and I really want to. I'm trying to figure out a nice way to ask her why she has to do that, because I want her to stop. I just think she needs to know that it's annoying. And it's very loud. So I just feel like the whole entire restaurant doesn't need that you're like coming around town. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. We're in a small restaurant already. We can hear you. I've never really like had a big like, you know what I'm saying, thing where like we're really bumping into each other like that, for you to like be so deep in how you announce yourself. And I just feel like at this point you just like to hear yourself, because I think that it's not that serious and you just want to be fucking loud. And I just really don't like it. And like there's a lot of us that don't like it. And it's like, I gotta say something about it in a nice way. So I'm figuring out, like, the other day she was doing something I didn't like, and I was like, question, is there a reason why? And like there were other people around that were like laughing because they wondered it too, but no one's gonna say anything. And I'm just like, and her excuse was stupid. And I was just like, well, it just makes the job harder for everyone else that you are doing that. So we all do it the right way. And it doesn't really take that much time out of our day to do it. So if you could do it, that would be great. And she does it. So like, because I said something.
Yeah, you gotta speak up. As Candy say, speak on it.
You have to.
Speak
You
on
have
it.
to. But I think we're gonna have a meeting soon, so someone else can speak on it because I feel like sometimes I know my delivery is gonna be good because I'm always gonna try to be
Yeah.
nice to people, but I think
Mm-hmm.
it still doesn't matter. Because I feel like even after that, she was kind of a little salty, but bitch, I don't care.
Yeah.
But sometimes it needs to come from the people that are really in charge and not just from Wit. Like I don't
Yeah.
want to have to tell
Yeah.
everybody about their shit.
Yeah.
But be mindful. Like, am I being too loud? Am I being annoying? Like sometimes you need to check yourself. Like, wait, what am I doing? Because sis, I don't need to hear it coming around town. Oh, we dance or we like say like you can you can come in front of someone and like you kind of like me sometimes you kind of go like that or we
Mm-hmm.
dance we're not dancing you're just in front of me and you need to move the fuck out the way like every single
Yeah.
time. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like it. I don't really like loud things. I know sometimes I could be loud. It was probably just from the audio, but I'm really a quiet person and
Yeah.
I just don't like people to be fucking loud. It's very annoying. So
Same.
like know how to control and even like when our kitchen yells hands, it's very annoying because depending on the person, they're very loud. And I just don't feel that the entire rest like yes, when you call hands, people are gonna hear you. But
Mm-hmm.
this person like really screams from the bottom of his stomach hands. And it's like, bro, we don't need to do that. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can look around. Our kitchen's an open kitchen, so you can see everything. Most of us are probably outside at our tables as to why we're not even in the kitchen running food. So, no need to yell hands. We ain't inside. We can't hear. Like,
Mm. Deep.
you know?
Deep. Deep.
Or you can say hands, but just don't be so loud. It's just crazy. And but I know it's proven that it doesn't have to be like that because we just had someone come in and be our manager while our managers were on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And he worked a Sunday. This is my first day working with him. And he was running Expo. And all
Mm-hmm.
he was saying service. And I don't know if
Mm.
it was because it was a different word, but he wasn't yelling and we were all on it. And it was like prime example.
It's a delivery.
You
It's the
don't have to
delivery.
yell like that. All he said was service, and we were on it.
It's the
Service.
delivery.
That's
The
it.
delivery matching that energy.
Yeah, like
I
and
like
they
that.
feel like the kitchen. I feel they think their idea of servers are all we do is bring in the food and we twiddle our thumbs after that. That's all they
Mm-hmm.
think that we do.
Mm-hmm.
And that we don't want to run our own food. In actuality, we're not in the kitchen because we're at our tables. We're creating an experience. We're getting
Right.
drinks. We're
Right.
doing all these other things that our tables need. So if we were just sitting here watching y'all cook food, y'all be pissed. Y'all wouldn't want us
Mm-hmm.
to do that. So you have to find the balance. Like the kitchen versus the front of the house is a struggle dug for sure. But there has to be something that brings us together because
It is. It is.
woo.
We gotta come up with some ideas, and maybe you guys can help us. If you guys find that you have like a really great like front of house, back of house camaraderie and community and family, please email us so we can talk about it and learn or DM us, whatever. But if you guys
Yeah.
have a really good idea, or if you're not even in the industry and you might have a suggestion on maybe how you lead your teams and how you guys get them together or something in your departments, we would love to know. Like, different strokes for different folks. It don't matter what you do. If you know how to connect and get people to connect together, we want to hear. Okay? Period.
Yeah.
So make sure
We
you
love
email
it.
us at heyhqs@gmail.com. Also, if you're just interested in learning more about us, maybe partnering with us if you have a small brand, let us know. You never know.
Yeah, and just recently, I watched it yesterday. I feel, but y'all know we love 85 South show. They
Mm-hmm.
just had Drew Hill on there. So if you was
Yeah.
born in the 80s, 90s, babies, and you like R&B, you love well, some Drew Hill, Cisco, that song, all of that. So they were on there, all of them, every single group member they ever had in life, except Woody. And they went so deep. I wish they wouldn't talk about him so much, but whatever.
Okay. Let me touch on that real quick because I was, what was it, Nico?
He
Over
was
him.
sitting on the
Over
on the
him.
edge with the dreads.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, you ain't been out sign a long time. You don't got locked up. He going through some things. He need therapy. And I'm gonna say, as Charlamagne the God says, I'm sending him healing energy because that nigga got on my nerves, y'all. He got on my nerves because it was like, and also I knew that like it was intense because Carlos, he couldn't control himself. They had like an inside joke going on of like how this dude couldn't really shut up, and like he didn't get it because he was just in his mind.
He was in his bag, girl. He was excited to be on TV.
He was, and like I was dying. I'm like, I have never seen Carlos lose his stuff like that. DC always losing his shit, but Carlos is pretty much the tame one, and he couldn't take it. He couldn't take it, and I was like, you know what? You know, a nigga just doing too much when they're doing that. So I loved it. Like I really wish we could have cut like 35 minutes out of Nico, but I loved it. I love when they bust out in song, y'all. Like I have legit been in my love energy. I woke up in my love energy, Drew Hill. Probably gonna go to sleep with that on. It was just doing something for me because I love my R&B, but I think it's just different. I think what I liked about it was just like the now and then, especially when we have all the stuff we have going on and like how music is today. It's just nice to be able to like go back and sing. Like when they were singing, I'm like, dang, they singing to my soul. Like this is their real stuff. They're not trying to like the song Never Make a Promise. I had to watch the video last night, y'all. I had to watch the video because it was like, and the video of this song was actually very dope because the video was based off of one of the guys in the group. He was dating a girl and he was trying to get close to her, but she was actually being raped by her own like dad, and he saved her in the video. And it was like, I'll never make a promise I can't keep, the song. So it was just really nice to see like this is real life of like showing you like someone could come in and help you in a positive way versus like music right now. It's like bend over hoe and let me see what you working with. And it was like in there, it was like, no, like I just want you to know that I'm here for you. So those are the love energies that we need to continue to be on and spread the love. Like, you know, we all love a good ratchet time. I'm all here for a ratchet time, but sometimes we need to reel it back in to continue to manifest that love energy. Like if you haven't heard our last show, check it out. It's love is coming was our affirmation, and we're still in that energy. Okay.
Yeah. I saw something a while ago that said instead of listening to 21 Savage all the time, which I love 21 Savage, it's kind of hard. 21 Savage and all this like trap music. Listen to what you want to track. So if you're talking about shooting niggas, trapping, bending over, fucking all the time, that's what you're going to attract, and that's what the energy that you're going to stay in. So she was like, I always listen to 90s R&B or love music or positive things. And I'm like, damn, I'm going to do that all the time too. So like Erin said, it's good to have that balance, but you have to pay attention to the things that you're saying and the songs that you're chanting. So, because it's kind of like manifesting, really. Like, I had to stop myself because I love that song, No Love by Summer Walker. And I'm like, bitch, I want love. Why are you talking about no love? And just all you want is to fuck. And I just feel like when I was like loving that song, I felt like that was the energy I was in. So I had to start listening to it. So it really means something. So yeah, check yourself. Check what you're doing with your self-love. And it's not like you can't listen to like, you know, the shit that you want to, but just not all the time, every single day, have that good balance. If that's what you want. Like if you don't care about no love and you really want no love, then do what you want to do, sis. But you can't be asking yourself why I can't find or why I can't or why. Well, what are you surrounding yourself with? So yeah.
Period. Yeah.
So
I love that. What's your affirmation today?
I think I have a screenshot. Ooh. Okay, so this is kind of like the end of something I saw the other day. I posted on my story, and I'll just read the end of it. Uncertainty is part of this adventure. What we call us.
Ooh, I love that.
I'm not even done, but that's part
Oh,
one.
I like
And
that. It's an
yeah, it's
uncertainty. It's
really
because it's
it's like
real.
layered. And this is like just the end is a big thing, but uncertainty is part of the adventure. The journey you're on is asking for your trust. Trust in timing, in yourself, and in the unfolding. So
I love
we were
that.
talking about that earlier today. Like timing is everything. Sometimes like this doesn't feel right, or why did this not work out at this time? And like maybe you just need to go through some fuck shit, or maybe you just need to go to do something else to prepare you
Mm-hmm.
for what was coming for you. So
I love that. That resonate. I like that. I like that. I like that because it's like we all know like there's so many uncertain things, but it's like you can either get down about it or you could take it, and I like that because that's real. Me and Whitney were talking earlier, and I feel like we sometimes don't want to trust ourselves like we should. And it's like sometimes you get a feeling like, ooh, this gonna be lit, but like nah, I ain't really trying to do it. So you're like depriving yourself of something that's something in there. Like something said this might be something that you want to try. But we'd be like,
mm-hmm.
nah, because we want to live this great way, which we do because every day we
Mm-hmm.
wake up intentional. Every day we
Yeah.
wake up wholehearted. Like we gotta give ourselves credit.
Yeah.
So I think my just for the tip today is like give yourself credit. Like you I think I always remind myself is that I have had a very interesting share of scenarios in life, job, men, the whole name. But I have to continue to remind myself I'm no longer in that energy, so I'm not going to that's not going to happen to me again. Like all
Right.
the hurt and pain and all the things I went through, I have to remind myself, and because my guards are always like 1,000, like it's like building the wall, in America. Uh, it's that much, but I have to remember I'm no longer that person, so that's
Mm-hmm.
not going to happen to me. And when I remind myself of that, like I feel better because I'm still living in that place like when they gonna do this and they gonna do that. Like I am
Yeah.
very good with creating what's gonna happen, and I have to be mindful not to do that because I'm no
Yeah.
longer that person. So that's not actually gonna happen the way I think it's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
that's my
I
just
saw
a tip.
something that's similar to that. It's like sometimes like people are like, "Oh, it's too good to be true," and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, no, you deserve all the great things that are happening. So if you're still in that mindset, it's too good to be true. Something bad's gonna happen. Something bad's gonna fucking happen
It
because
is
you're manifesting it for yourself because you're
true.
thinking that like that. So no, and some shit is like so amazing. Hmm.
Hmm.
Thank you. I deserve all of the blessings that are coming my way and that are currently here. So
Period. Okay.
yeah.
And I'm affirming that I am rich in all areas of my life.
Period.
Period. That's my
I
affirmation.
received
I'm
that.
rich. Okay.
I'm rich, bitch.
I'm rich, bitch. We're gonna take another shot on our closing.
Yeah.
Um, Make sure
But
you follow us on Instagram, hospitality_queens. Follow us on YouTube, share, subscribe, tap in, tap out. Whitney
oh
has a fashion show this weekend. If you're in the Charleston area, check her out. Where are you? Oh,
yeah. On Apple Podcasts, you can rate our podcast. So leave 5 stars. You can rate us on Apple
yes.
Podcasts.
Rate us, rate us,
So
rate
it helps with
us.
the algorithm. Go on there, rate us. Because it counts, it matters. Help us build our community. But yes, I do have a fashion show coming up this weekend. It's actually in Cross, South Carolina, a little ways away from Charleston. But if you know anyone that lives out in that area, Monk's Corner, whatever, tell them to pull up. Follow me on my Instagram, WhitneyWhite1_, and you can follow me on my stores page, Shop2230, to get all of the details. Or you can DM me if for some reason none of that makes sense or you can't find out the information. But I'm excited to connect with this other demographic of people because
Yeah.
I've only been there a handful of times. It's like what we would call the country because there's nothing out there. So I'm excited to bring this to them because this is like a good 45, 50 minutes away from where I live. So
Yeah.
it's a little trek. It's not longer than that. So they don't really come out. They don't have a lot of options for shopping
Mm-hmm.
or anything like that. So I think it's going to be cool. And I don't know. I feel like it's closer to what I've been manifesting, be a country nigga with a farm. So
Period.
hopefully he's gonna be there, trying to see something, and it's gonna be me.
Cheers. Okay.
But I got me a city girl.
Okay, so we gonna cheers to bosses making boss moves, and we hope to see you guys support us in our ventures. Cheers to hospitality queens, you guys. Make sure you follow us and subscribe so you can have shots with us as well. And I am Erin. Follow me on Instagram, Get Toned with E, or you can shop Get Toned Wellness for all your wellness needs, healing crystals, wellness sessions. We are on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes. And until next time. Peace.